What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 3 of Caught Looking with me, one of your fabulous co-hosts, Haley McClenny, joined by my best bud.
Sam Fisher. Hey guys, I love that you said episode 3 because there's no shot after this we're going to be able to keep track of what number episode
No,
we're on.
we literally just be recording and yapping, and it's like the most beautiful thing ever.
It
Um,
is
we're actually a little delayed recording this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen,
weird.
because can I share a quick story with the
Tell the
fans?
people. Tell the people, Halo.
So yesterday, I was driving my little car around.
Just
Stopped at
driving.
a red light. Completely stopped.
Then what
When all of
happened?
a sudden, a jolt to my
Oh,
rear end. Fender bender. I end
not
up in
the
urgent
end.
care all day in concussion protocol because, your girl's got a really bad track with concussions. Ran into
Yeah.
a few outfield walls. So yeah, I got in a little like car accident yesterday. Don't worry, we're feeling fine. We got some injections, we got some meds.
hmm
And all is well. Like if you have played college softball or been around softball for a long time, you know the sleep that is slept when you're on a muscle relaxer. Boy,
Mm-hmm.
boy.
Oh
Good
boy.
news. I cleared concussion protocol. Shout out. But I did not clear whiplash protocol. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now and I seem stiff, leave me alone.
It's because I
It,
am.
it's cuz I am. It's cuz I feel like do you know what I actually compared it to, Sam? You'll appreciate this.
I can't wait. Hit me with it.
I compared it to playing on metal spikes in a doubleheader at AUX in Wichita, Kansas in 2024.
Okay. Good comparison. Stiff. Shin splints.
And then multiply it times 2.
Ooh, a quad header.
Quad header. But it would be like mid season through AUX, like the second week of AUX.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting
And
like
that's a very
tingly.
specific niche for a very specific listener, but if you know, you know.
Yeah, that's brutal. Well, I will say I FaceTimed Halo yesterday for an unrelated conversation because it was just, that's as friends do. And she's in her car and she's looking at me and I could tell I'm like, "Hey man, you
You
good?" She's
good?
like, "I just got in a car accident."
It's like it's literally like this is the trend on TikTok, like your type A and type B friends, and like you never know what the type B friend is up to.
Truly,
And
always like
it's like a
something unhinged.
montage. I'm like, hold on, sorry, I'm putting my dinner in the microwave, or oh, sorry, I'm like chasing after this stray cat I found in the street. Oh, hey, sorry, I just got into a car accident.
It's just so, hey man.
Hey,
So
man,
that's
like it crazy,
that's
crazy.
where we're at. That's where we're at right now, and we be where your feet are, be where your feet are. We were talking about that last
As long as they're
episode.
not in my car,
Yeah, don't, yeah, no, not in the rear end,
not
please.
the rear end. No.
And Halo
But
drives a
I do
sedan.
have to say, I know we don't have a sponsor yet for our show, and this may
Not
be a
yet.
long shot, but I gotta give a really big shout out to Geico. Like, I have my car insurance through Geico, and they've been like, I talked with so many lovely people yesterday. Like,
Thank
oh my
goodness.
gosh, we're here to help. You're like, are you doing okay?
Wow,
Called me to remind me of my policy information. I'm like, guys, like, customer
that's so
service top
important.
notch. So shout out to the Gecko
Gecko be
for
doing
real.
it. I actually, this is like so type B of me, but I'd have to ask Kevin what our insurance is because I'm not
That's
sure.
You know what? That's what men are for.
Thank God, because like I don't know what's going on.
I mean, they are good for something. Not
Maybe
necessarily
it's
in my
Geico.
life, but in
Right.
yours,
No,
yeah.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to hold it down. I've been seeing a lot of TikToks recently of like girls who are like, my man just got home, he's cooking me dinner, and I got a pedicure today. And I'm like, you go, you live your life.
Hop on.
I love that. So goals.
Goals.
Well, you feeling good today?
I feel, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling
I'm
that.
stiff. I feel a little stiff. Um,
Sure.
Mom was really worried about me, but I called her and
Always.
told her. She said, "Baby girl, just call me. I need to hear your voice. I actually need to see you. So will you FaceTime me? I need to see
Oh,
your face." And I
lucky
said, "Okay."
Cindy.
I said, "Okay." And how I'm describing it is I'm totally fine. I'm just a bit slower.
Sure. Sure. Which is,
So
it's okay to slow down,
it's
people. It's okay
okay.
to slow
Yeah, it's
down.
gonna happen at some point. What's the difference between 31 and 81? I don't know.
We're gonna find out. Let me tell you.
Today I feel 81, and that's okay.
And you're gonna Benjamin Button it. You're gonna feel younger and younger as the week goes on, you know?
Period.
So,
Period.
I did forget to tell you, in fact, and I love that I'm telling you this for the first time on our podcast, but I got rear-ended a couple weeks ago.
With a
Me and my
friend?
dad. Yeah, I
You didn't tell
forgot.
me?
No, because it was a double, it was like a backwards rear end. So me and my dad went to Nothing Bundt Cakes, obviously. Kevin was out of
Obviously.
town, my stepmom was out of town. My dad and I were like, let's eat cake. I don't know.
Duh.
I get into my car, I have a Forerunner, and I look, I have a rear view, but I still be looking. And I start to pull out, but notice that a car on the other side of the parking lot has now decided to start pulling out. So I stop my vehicle before I had pulled out this much. Halo, I had pulled out this much. She slammed her butt into my butt. And my dad and I are like,
What
I get
the
out.
frick?
It's a Honda Civic. She rocked my world. It was a Honda Civic, rocked my Foreigner's world. And I got out and I was like, hey girl, what happened?
What the hell was that?
She was literally on the full other side of the parking lot with how far she stepped on it. There was a lady coming out of Nothing But Cakes who said, I saw the whole thing. She slammed into you.
Yeah, good. Get that lady's statement outside of Nothing Bundt
I was
Cakes.
like, girl, are you like, what happened? Why did you go 60 into my butt? And she's,
Did
oh,
she think the brake was the gas? Or did she think the gas was the
maybe,
brake?
maybe. Sweet Rhonda. We chat a little.
Mm.
I said, Rhonda, you know what? Are you okay? We're okay. We're good. Okay. Nobody was hurt. Thank God no one was walking because she slammed. She pedaled to the metal. And so I said, Rhonda, you know what? I'm going to let you get out of here first and then I'll go ahead and leave. You go. You get out of here, Rhonda. I
You were the
cannot.
Rhonda 2.0.
Oh my God, I forgot. Both got rear-ended in the last couple of weeks together.
Shout out fender benders. Shout out to a Honda Civic trying to go toe to toe with a Forerunner.
Honestly, she almost won. Like that's how fast she was going. She got her cake and she wanted to get out of there.
Rear view camera or no?
It was a newer Civic. I have to guess that there
You
was
have to
probably a
assume.
rear
You
view
have to
camera.
assume it had a rear view camera.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, Rhonda. So, but fortunately, like you unfortunately got slammed, had to have to get a rental car. Like my Forerunner just looks like I went off-roading. Like it just is regular.
That's just normal Forerunner.
But on all that being said, should we talk about sports?
Well, yeah. And speaking of things coming out of nowhere and hitting you, it was
Bravo.
it was a midweek madness type of week in college softball. Sanford beats
It was.
Alabama. Not thrilled
Yeah, they
about
did.
it.
Of course.
Texas State beats Texas Tech. Najee Kennedy was pitching because I
Yeah.
know that's everyone's first question.
Of course
And
it is.
then Oklahoma State beats OU at Devon Park. And
Yeah.
Duke beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
So
We at this time of year, that shakes up the postseason.
yeah.
Like, and you've got Duke now in a conversation that they kind of been mellow, I think, this year, But now they're like, oh, don't forget about us.
No, for sure. I always feel like the ACC doesn't get as much love as the SEC and
Sure.
as Texas Tech with how much money that they're paying that roster.
Sure.
And they're not the ACC doesn't have a traditional powerhouse like a UCLA or it's Florida State is probably the
I was gonna
closest
say
thing
it was
you could say
Yep.
but that's really more in recent years because of Lonnie Alameda. That's not, going back to the
Like
90s with
historical.
UCLA,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And Duke is still a toddler of a program.
Literally, not
They
even
haven't
10
been
seasons
around.
under their belt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Single
they
digit
haven't been around.
seasons.
So I think they're still just they're constantly flying under people's radar. But Cassidy Curd,
I love that kid.
cheese curd,
Oh, I
nasty. And she
Nick
makes
Nash.
batters look like Swiss cheese. Holes
She'd be
everywhere.
doing it.
She's so good.
Yeah. And she's a gamer. She strikes
Gamer.
me as an absolute gamer. You watch her on the mound since she stepped on the field as a freshman. Gamer. She don't care.
Gamer.
And
Give me the ball.
I love that. Give me the ball. Let me throw it. You're gonna miss it.
I would love to ask you on the Texas State and Samford of it all, because shout out, go Lions.
Mid majors.
Playing at a mid-major, you obviously play a lot of Power 4 schools, either
Yeah.
early in preseason or in the midweek.
Yep.
Like, what's that mental process like, and what in your mind are the keys to a mid-major upset? / what was your favorite upset of your career?
That's so cute that you think we had some. Thank you. No. My favorite upset though, my senior year, we beat USF. That was the year they went to the World Series with Sarah Nevins. We beat them.
Oh, shout out friend of the program, Sarah Nevins.
Yes. So that was a nice upset. And it was in Florida. It was spring break. I might have hit a home run. I don't know. Whatever. So that was a fun upset. But I will say, I think there's two ways that it can go for a mid-major playing against a team that is a Power 4. If you go in mad that they're bigger than you or they get more than you, or there's all these comparisons of a Power 4 program to a mid-major program, like they just aren't, like, you don't have the same resources, right?
No,
if you go in upset about it, no shot of an upset, because like, oh, why do they get this and we don't get this, and all these players get this, and we, like, if you go at it looking at it as a direct comparison, it's not the mentality that's going to get an upset. Thank you. But going in knowing they're probably supposed to beat you, they're probably supposed to win. You have nothing to lose. You have absolutely nothing to lose. You couldn't possibly play any freer. I will say sometimes you're more evenly matched than you think, a mid-major against a Power 4. Sometimes you are close. But most of the time, like I said, you're not supposed to win, and you probably have to play a pretty close to perfect ball game to win. But that doesn't mean it's not possible. It's the mentality, I think, that takes you over the top of, like, oh my God, are we ahead right now against this team we're supposed to lose to? It's like, no. Be like, oh, all right, 2 innings to go. Like, I think the more chill you are about it and the more realistic you are about it, because it's like, if you go, we lost my senior year, Halo. We lost. I think I bring this up a lot. We lost to UCLA 24-2.
Yeah, that did happen.
I mean, were we supposed to lose by that much? No. But if you leave that game thinking just so angry and so, like, what was supposed to happen? What do you think was going to happen? So that could be this person.
That's a powerful mentality.
Thank you. It just would be exhausting, because you're always going to play teams that are, I mean, look at even Oklahoma loses, Florida loses, Bama loses. Like, you don't want to lose, but sometimes you're outmatched, and sometimes Cinderella stories can happen,
Outmatched and out-resourced. I think that's a really big.
Resources are huge, man. Yeah.
They are. But I do, from a talent perspective, it's really not that far off. Like, I think about a sport like football, right? Where it's like, the reason that mid-major upsets are so rare in football is because of how physical of a game it is, right? Like, Alabama's offensive linemen are like 6'8" and 300 pounds.
Right.
Like, mid-major, it's a size difference. It's a size thing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a skill thing. And so I think, like, our sport is so interesting in the fact that you can be like me, tiny, slapper.
What a baby.
Used to be tiny, slapper. A Jose Altuve. And you have some big, strong, kid like Kendall Wells, right? Like, or, the size differential doesn't really matter. It's about who can hit the ball the hardest, find the most holes, play clean defense, and get a quality start out of their pitcher.
Yeah, period.
But I love what you said about, like, the not getting angry that other people have quote unquote better resources than you. I love that. I freaking love that.
I think that applies to life, man. Like, it's just when you play the comparison game and you play the, like, they've got this and I don't have this, like, it's got to be exhausting, just period. Like, exhausting, period. Like, there's times where maybe you can have a little pity party and be like, God, if I was at that school, what do you think my life would be like, or whatever? But it's like, we can't live there. We can't live there. You can't accomplish anything there.
No.
So.
And where you are is where you're meant to be.
I could not, Halo, I could not agree with that more.
Yeah.
I could not agree with that more because there's so many reasons why people go different places. And I think we're seeing it more often now that like you see some big time players maybe at not the big time programs we're used to seeing them at. Like, I think Maya Johnson's a good one to bring up.
Oh,
She's she's got 163 innings pitched and 304 strikeouts.
she's insane.
Like you still have to pitch the ball over the plate. You still have to strike people out. Like that, I just and 25 walks. That's disgusting. So obviously, when you think about it, like there is a comparison of like who you're facing and things are different when you're talking about mid majors and stuff. But like to your point, you still got to go out and do it. You still have to go out and do that thing. Like I don't know, you still have to put bat to ball. You still have to
Period.
hit your spots as a pitcher. You still have to field it cleanly and throw it to first. Like there's so much of the game to your point that is equal. And sometimes the chips fall where they may, and sometimes there's
Yeah.
upsets. So
Sometimes there's an upset, and that's okay.
I do be
I want
loving
to
to
go
see
back to
it.
that stat you just threw out about Maya Johnson because I just want to make sure I'm hearing this right.
Yes,
300,
please repeat it back.
how many strikeouts?
304,
304 strikeouts, and how many walks?
25.
Okay. So for every one batter she walks, I just did some quick calculating. For every one batter she walks, she strikes out 12.16.
Sure. I trust the math. Yeah. That's
12.
disgusting. Disgusting.
12 to 1
Hmm.
strikeout to walk ratio.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out Maya Johnson. You deserved a golden ticket, babe.
No doubt about it. I was like so happy to see it, truly. Because that is not, it's, I, go ahead. You make a point.
I'm going
I
off
feel
on
like,
I need to ask this question because I think it relates to you being coming from LMU and having a
hit me.
successful pro career. Do you I would argue that mid-major kids in the pro league have a much better chance at developing being mid-major kids because you kind of have to, and this is not a knock on mid-major coaches by any stretch of the means,
Never.
but
Never.
you have to learn how to coach yourself really, really well. Like no one's handing you a game plan and telling you A through Z, this is how you're not a robot. You
Hmm.
play the game and you learn the game better, I think. So I would love to get your thoughts on that because I think Maya Johnson's going to be a great pro.
I love this. I think, obviously, I think there's there's work ethic and working styles and things that come into play. But I will say, like, bringing into the resources conversation, like, when you have everything at your fingertips, sometimes you have to think less, which can be very good to think less in the game. But in your development and in your things like approach and intention, like being intentional, thinking less sometimes isn't great. So like I can speak from experience that like I had to do so much work on my own. I had to learn how to go to each level everywhere I went. I had to figure it out. And because I was figuring it out myself early on, then I was no stranger to figuring it out when I was in the pros. But I think that there's times where it's like so much, and that's like, again, no knocks on mid-major coaches, but also no knocks on Power Four coaches. It's
Right.
easy to spoon feed. It's easy because you're like, I
Yeah.
have all this for you. I can help you get there. But
And you're going to
then
win games. You're going to go to the
you're
World
going to win
Series.
ball
You're going to win
games.
national championships.
You're going to be an all-American. Like there's so many positives to it. But then when you let them out and they move out of the house, they're like, I don't know how to do my laundry. Like, so I think that this is obviously a generalization. It's a blanket statement. This does not apply to everybody. But I can understand why there might be struggles on the Power Four kids as they transition. And I can understand why mid-major kids might be in an advantage in some ways. So
Oh, beautiful.
it goes both ways, man. I think that's a great question. But it's also
Looking
a
forward to
testament to,
seeing it.
me too. It's a testament to where we are with softball right now too, though, because we've had these conversations during the season before we started talking into the microphones of like
Mhm.
the thinking for themselves is lacking. Like it is getting less and less that we're seeing, and I think that starts from youth. I think it starts
Totally.
from, oh my gosh, they're playing so many games and they're not
Mhm.
practicing as much.
Totally.
Like, there's something missing. There's something missing. So college coaches are having to adjust to that, to these
Yeah,
players
they
who
have
like
to.
They don't really know. They don't really know what they're doing.
It's a chain reaction, right? Like if travel ball coaches are spoon feeding kids to get the scholarship, that's where those kids are going. They're used to having everything, put on their
Hmm.
plate for them. Coaches are gonna like to win games. They're gonna do the same thing. Like it's a spiral.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, and I'm curious to see how it goes because I think with anything that it might be going waves, right? Like it might come back
Yeah.
around. But if I think I've made like 17 TikToks about it. If I see more base running where off the
Woo.
bat the ball is on the ground and you're waiting to go, I'm gonna turn into one of those guys on the internet that smashes my TV. And I don't want to be God. I don't
No,
want to be that guy.
no, we don't want to be that guy. We
Please
don't.
God, don't turn
We're
me into
like,
that guy.
do the fundamentals right. Don't just like take daddy hacks. Like play clean
Yeah.
defense, run the bases well.
Know where to
Don't
go with
walk
the ball
don't
before you
walk
get the
people.
ball.
Don't hit people with pitches. Hit the cutoff man. As
Oh,
Coach Erickson would say, deliver the package.
deliver the package, dog.
Your
That
UPS, your FedEx, outfielders, deliver the package cleanly. It's little
serious.
stuff like that that wins ball games, man.
It is. It really is. People say it's a game of inches. It's like, do you actually know what that means?
Yeah,
It
you
is.
have to do a little bit of
If you're throwing to me your cutoff and you hit me here instead of here, like that change
the
that
run.
takes a few extra seconds. Like not to say I can't help a girl out and adjust my body, but that's the other thing too. You're throwing it to me here. My thought is I adjust my body,
Totes.
but now we're not thinking for ourselves, so I catch it like this and then take an extra step. Like the
Totes.
little things that are not glamorous to work on. They're
Nope.
not fun to talk about. They're not going to get you a lot of likes or views on social media. Those are the things that win ball games and make elite athletes.
Oof. Fire me up. Mic drop.
Should we unretire just go play a little? Well, you got
Man,
whiplash. You're on
I
the
can't
you're
I
on the
can't right now.
IR.
I'm on the IL.
Yeah. No, you're sat.
I'm on the IL. Maybe just a 10-day IL. I'm not planning on missing too much time, but
We'll get back out there.
I could be ready. I could be ready by
Yeah.
spring camp. I could be ready.
Yeah, why not? Okay, good. I'll make a call. Make a quick call.
I mean, speaking of elite athletes, should we talk about some fun series this weekend?
Yeah.
We had
Can't wait.
OU Arkansas top six matchup. That
Fun
was a fun one.
series. Yeah.
We had Texas Georgia. That was a fun one.
Also fun.
I was able to be in Tuscaloosa for the 30th
Yeah.
anniversary celebration of
So
Alabama
fun.
softball, which was
So
dope, and featured a walk off on Saturday when all the alumni were like in the party deck in left field, and we had kids jumping over the fence to like get
sure.
hugs from us. I mean, that was really cool.
It's all the environment. That's awesome.
Shout out Carter.
Also, uh, what a guy.
What a guy.
What a career. Just monument after monument. Like,
He's literally the best.
and people love playing for him.
No, they do.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Also, classic Big Ten matchup, Oregon Washington. That's not gonna get old to me, dude. That it's
The
like that's
historical matchup in Big
yeah.
Ten softball.
The little sweep into the dogs,
Yeah.
little sweeping, and then you know who I was kind of surprised at this, but A&M swept Mississippi State. I was surprised.
I was too. E&M is very quietly
Yeah,
getting hot at the right time.
yeah,
They
yeah.
they struggled a little bit. They were a little inconsistent to start the season. I could argue the same for LSU. I think LSU's won like, and I don't have the stat right in front of me, so please don't like judge me for being wrong on this, but I want to say
I
they've
would
won
never.
like 11 of their last 12 conference games. They just swept Ole Miss as well.
Sneaky,
They started off
sneaky.
really tough in SEC play, had a really tough schedule, but it's a talented roster.
Hmm.
Same for Texas A&M. It's a very talented roster.
Yeah, and
And in an age where like you're bringing in a lot of kids from the portal, you got to give that time to gel. Sometimes the fall isn't enough. You need to get through those bumps and bruises and
yeah, the
adversity
preseason. Yeah,
in the preseason. And we're starting to see Texas A&M really come into their own. Like they are good.
yeah.
Michaela Ward's conference numbers are outrageous. Like she actually has a strong case for being SEC Player of the Year.
Dang,
So
I
that's
freaking love
crazy.
that. I kind of love when it's like the quiet where you're like just kind of creep up on people. Like,
Eh.
ugh.
And you know who I know for a fact loves that? Playing like the underdog card and like no one expects this from us. I know for a fact Trisha Ford eats
Oh,
that
you know that's right.
fish
She's running through her own wall.
up. She eats
Yeah.
that up. Like if
You are
you
right.
guys ever want to feel fired up and motivated for your work day, your school day, your class day, just go listen to a Trisha Ford press
Oh,
conference, please. Just
easily.
please.
It's like
Just please.
it's like an alarm clock, you know. You're like, you want to wake up in the morning? Well, listen to Trisha Ford talk
Listen to
about.
Trisha Ford.
You know what's my favorite thing? You know what's fun? Winning. Winning is fun.
Period.
I love that. Oh God, I love that. And you know another one that's it's not as quiet, it's not as sneaky, but like Nebraska is ranked third right now. Like
They are.
and that is above Texas, that is above Texas Tech, that is above Tennessee. Like that,
Tennessee's fallen off a bit, brother.
that's what I wrote. We have notes. My note to you was, does Tennessee have what it takes to win it this year? They have gotten so close year after year. They bring in consistent talent. Like, what do they need to do to win the whole thing?
They have to piece it all together.
Yeah,
For
you're so
me, for me,
right.
it's on the offensive side of the ball. Because what
Mhm.
I think and if you would have asked me this question like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I would have been like, yeah, Tennessee definitely has what it takes because
Right.
their ERAs of their pitching staff are like second to none. They have, if we are
So good.
strictly talking pitching, they
Yeah.
have the most talented and deep pitching staff in the
They
country.
are deep. Yes.
Deep. They can go three deep. Some people would
Hmm.
argue Texas Tech has it with Kennedy and Terry. I think that's
Very.
the best one. I do think that's the best 1-2 punch.
It's a
Tennessee to
good.
me has the best 1 through 3 to 4 punch because they can
Yeah.
throw so many different things at you. But it's been the bats, and so what I think is happening is the pitching staff is putting way too much pressure on themselves to keep the
Sure.
score so low, whether it's a 1 or a 2 or whatever. And I think the offense is getting tight because they're playing in so many close games, and then
Tight.
they feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I think they're younger. There's a lot of kids that are hitting in the 3 hole, 4 hole, 5 hole that like haven't hit
Yeah.
in those positions before. You bring in a couple of transfers over from Boise State who
Yeah.
it's kind of different, right? Like Sophia Knight
Yeah.
had a great year last year at Boise State, and I think she's a phenomenal leadoff hitter. But again, like you're
Yeah.
facing SEC pitching weekend after weekend, it can get exhausting, like
Oh my gosh.
exhausting.
Yeah. There's
And you have
no
to be
break.
really comfortable. You have to be really comfortable with being uncomfortable in the box, like just point blank,
That
period.
huge
So
difference.
if they can get the bats going
Hmm.
and they can put up, I think their magic number for runs, honestly, is probably like a 5 or a 6 spot.
Yeah, which
If
they
they
can
can just
do. They can
they can
do.
do. It's a lot easier said than done.
I know, right?
But it's the offensive. It's the offense, and I haven't seen enough from them from lately to be like, yeah, they're definitely
Yeah.
gonna go to
And
Oklahoma State.
it's funny because, like you said, putting everything together is one thing because, like, their batting average is like as a team is 300. Like that's really good. You know,
That's really
that's
good. Yeah.
so it's just about timing, like putting it together, like you said, and then also piecing in like their pitching staff's going to get it done. But that's where bringing up Nebraska with Alexis Jensen coming in and being a
Oh,
compliment to Jordy, like
oh.
that that I mean, they matched up against Tennessee in supers last year. That depth in the pitching staff now gives them something a little more, you know.
It gives them a real chance. It really
Oh,
does.
yeah. So I've been keeping my eye out, you know, like,
We're keeping
all
our eye on
right.
Nebraska.
I just
You know who I'm keeping my eye on, and who I am like an official super. I said this on TV Sunday night. I am the president of the Kendall Wells fan club.
oh yeah. Can I be like the treasurer?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
sounds good.
34 home runs on April 22nd. Are you joking?
It's insane. It's quite literally insane. And so I was at the Oklahoma State Oklahoma game, Bedlam. Shout out to the Cowgirls for getting the upset. Okay, just
Yeah,
preface the whole
huge.
story with that. Ruby Malin is an absolute dog.
A dog.
A dog. Like holy macaroons, like
Yeah.
just gritty, and she's throwing basically every inning for Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma has seen her a trillion times since she transferred to
Right.
Oak State.
Right.
They've,
And she's
they've seen
still
her a ton.
doing it.
There's a ton of film out there on her, whatever. But Kendall Wells hit a home run in that game on a drop ball low and outside. First of all, the sound that this bat made. You know what I thought of? I thought about this is gonna age me a little bit, but I thought about the baseball scene in Twilight where it just like sounds like thunder, and the only reason
Right
they're
there,
allowed
had to
to
play in a thunderstorm.
the only reason the vampires are allowed to play is because there's a thunderstorm. That's how loud the crack of the bat was. That's point number one. Point number two, this ball, if my microphone is the fence, this ball stayed maybe like 2 feet above the fence line the entire time. Opposite field. She took it to right center. Just gone.
Un Unbelievable. Also, I'm super pissed at you for bringing number one, bringing up a Twilight reference. And number
Tough.
two, I'm super pissed that I knew about like that I picked it
Of
up.
course you knew. Of course you
I'm
knew it was on.
angry. I'm angry, but I respect it. Cause yeah, Kendall Wells, I mean, Laura Espinoza, she set that record of 37 home runs in a single season in 1995.
Mm-hmm. And she wasn't a freshman when she said it.
Nope. Mm-mm. No, I think that might have been her senior year.
I think it
Um,
was.
the closest though,
Is Kendall Wells gonna hit 40 home runs?
I think she's gonna hit 38. And then the
So
sky's
why
limit
not
from there.
40? Why
Yeah,
not
yeah,
45?
round it out. There is so much time left, Halo. There is
That's my entire point.
there's so much time.
It is not, we're not even in mayhem.
Not even, I mean, like April 22nd. We're close to May. It's not, but it's not like it's April 30th. You know what I mean? Like the closest we got to this record was Carly Spade in 2024. She hit 36.
Yeah.
And that, my goodness, but 34 on April 22nd, I can't.
It's unreal.
It's so,
it's
and
simply unreal.
my favorite thing about it, which I hope young hitters see, that it's not, obviously the home run, the numbers and all that is unbelievable. But what strikes me as a freshman and why I think the sophomore slump might not touch her is because she is painting the field. She is hitting the ball in every part of the strike zone, out of the strike zone. She is, like you just said, you just described an opposite field missile, painting the field. That to me tells me that she is set up.
No. I mean, crazy. And shout out to Arkansas for taking a game from OU this
Yeah.
weekend. I think that was
Yeah.
cool. But for Oklahoma to come back and run rule them in the Sunday game, I was like, okay.
They be doing that. Oklahoma has always been like, I'm taking that loss personally
And
and
they do.
sticking it to them the next time they play. But
We were having this discussion in the Rally Cap studio of like, because Dari Noka, my co-host of the show,
mhm,
is OU grad, so he's like big into
mhm.
Boomer Cinderland or whatever. And he asked me, he was like, "Do you see anybody like can they be beat essentially?" And my comment on that was, I don't think anyone can beat them twice. So I
Mm,
think they would have to. So I think they're automatically a lock if they get into a super regional with one team, right?
no doubt.
I
Yeah.
don't see them losing in a regional because that's just like not what they
I don't
tend to
think so.
do.
No.
So what it's gonna take in my mind is if like they get to the World Series and let's say like Texas Tech or Tennessee puts them in the losers bracket with a really tough pitcher,
Mm-hmm.
and then they play a different team in the losers bracket also with a tough pitcher like a Texas Tech or Tennessee, or flip flop them, or a Jordy
Mm-hmm.
Fromm or whatever.
Yep.
Flip flop them. I don't think the same team can beat them twice. I think the only way that they get beat out at the World Series is playing two different teams. If they make it to
Yeah.
the championship series, right now, I think they're a lock to win
Yeah.
the championship. I
I,
really
I,
do.
I have a hard time disagreeing with you. I think that, I mean, even though I would say like with transfers, like you said, with so many different factors in softball now, like there's a factor of being young, but then you have leaders like Cassidy Pickering and Ella Parker, players who have been there, and good senior Isabella Emmerling, Abby Dayton. Like you have these leaders who can we're like, yeah, we've been here. We
Been
can
here,
we can
done
help.
that. Been here, done that. And the
But
thing about OU too is the pitching's gonna get better because Rocha's back.
yeah, yeah,
Saw that this
that
weekend.
that is so true, and we're so
Pitching's gonna
happy.
get better.
We're so happy
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Um,
Shout out to you, J Row.
always,
Thanks for
yeah,
that.
seriously. Um, but Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one because I was going to, obviously was going to ask because we haven't talked about it at all is who do we think is going to win the World Series? And to your point, you're saying if Oklahoma makes it to the final series, they're winning. But that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I'm picking OU to win it all. Like
No.
I don't have I asked this question, I don't have an answer.
I don't have I don't have a pick I'm super confident in. I have
Right.
picks that I could see. But
Yes.
to me right now it feels like the most wide open field that we've had in recent
A
memory.
long time. Yes.
Which is
Yeah.
good. I think parity of the game is good. Like I think, like we saw it with OU getting a ton of kids out of the transfer portal a few years ago and they were like so heavily favored. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. It was
Texas
a
Tech did the
no-brainer.
same thing. Big NIL money, big portal kids. They
Yeah.
haven't won a championship yet, but it completely turned the program around. Like
hmm
literally
I
completely.
would even argue getting finally winning last year, getting the natty, that put them over the hump of like, okay, we've done it, we got it out of the system, and
Mhm.
now we can probably do it again. Like, I wouldn't put them out either.
And I might sound like a homer here, but don't count out Alabama. I mean,
I would
40
never.
41-4 on the year. Jocelyn
They're ranked
Brisky is an
second.
absolute animal. Vic
Beast.
Moten is an absolute animal. The
They're,
offense is 10 times better than it was last year. If you remember,
Mhm.
my whole complaint last year was like, why do we keep losing 1-0?
Well, I mean, I feel like we've had
Should have
this
hit.
conversation consistently is that they have consistently had slow starts over the last few years
They
of like,
have.
and they
Yes.
said, not this year.
Nope.
Not this year. We're
Nope.
going hard immediately. They're almost hitting as a team. They're almost hitting 350.
See,
Like
that's electric.
that is the difference. Bama has not. I would even argue. I don't quote me. I'd love to go back and look at the 2012 offensive stats to see where those were at
There's a
because
lot of there's a lot of comparison right now to that 2012 team.
they
They've
were fun to
won
watch.
all six SEC series. They've like there's a lot of good juju similarities between this team and the 2012 team.
That's important.
The
And
problem, the problem is Texas is also really good. Texas Tech is really good. Oklahoma's really good. Tennessee's got Carlin Pickens.
right, yeah, because
That's
back
gonna
in
be a great
2012,
series this weekend. By the way, we're gonna find out a lot about in that Bama Tennessee series.
I can't wait. And also to point out, Texas and Oklahoma were not, in fact, in the SEC back in 2012.
Fun fact.
But I pulled it up from the archives. At the end of the season in 2012, their team batting average was 311, which is, oh my gosh. But I think my point being, Bama has done a good job of being able to win without being overpowering. I think that
Yeah,
that is something that has been consistent with the program is like we can scrape some wins.
yeah,
But
agreed.
this year feels like they're above that, but they still have that as a fallback. Like if they need to scrape some wins, they'll scrape some wins.
Yeah, gritty.
I don't know. I'm picking LMU to win it all, but we'll see how
Period.
the rest of the season goes. So I'm
Go
just saying.
Lions. Go
Is there
Lions.
anything else? I mean, we really ranted for quite a while, but is there anything else you wanted to touch on before? I know we wanted to talk like maybe some baseball, like maybe some other, but we'd be yapping.
We do be yapping. Maybe we'll talk baseball on another day, I think.
Yeah.
Let's give the girlies their power, but I do think that
Yeah.
there's a larger there's a larger conversation. I think we dipped our toes into it a little bit. There's a larger conversation to be had about NIL paying players and how that directly correlates to wins, if there is a correlation at all. I think we're seeing that in Major League Baseball. We're seeing it play out in college softball a bit. So I, we will get
Yeah.
into that. So you guys just better tune in for the next episode. And hopefully I don't get
Yes.
into a car accident the day before this next
No, we
episode.
can't afford that, you guys. Like Geico's great, but like let's draw a line.
Not another one. Not another
Not
one.
another one.
We're
No,
already meeting the deductible. We don't need to meet another one.
not the
All right,
rear-ended. Oh,
dude.
well, dude, this man feels so good to be podcasting with you again, man. This is where we're meant to be.
This is where
Yeah.
you are is where you're meant to be, and here we are.
Right now I'm being where my feet are, but mostly this is where my butt is. So,
And
and it's
this is
here
where
with
my
you.
Diet Coke is.
Yeah, listen, that's most important. Yeah.
That's most important. Period.
Unbelievable. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this most recent episode of Caught Looking. We sure have. we could keep going, but we choose to just like be respectful of your time.
Totally.
So until next time, whenever that next time is,
Till
we're
next
your
time.
hosts.
We love you guys.
We do. We really do.
Amazing. Adios.
Bye.